the weekly roundup on SA Footballer TV. I'm Tommy Javor with
Darcy Evans. How are you, TJ?
Fantastic, mate. Div 1, reviewing 6, previewing 7, but would be remiss of me not to mention what a great weekend at Perta it was for our first ever live call.
History in the making it was for SA Amateur League.
It was. One giant step for Amateur League, I hope, moving forward. Thanks to everyone at Tea Tree Gully, to Dave and Bernie who joined us on commentary. It was sensational to get the Tea Tree Gully side of things. Mitch Sandry joined us as well for interviews, and Adam Koshel. I'm seeing it pop up on Facebook and on our various sites and on YouTube, so you can have a listen to the second half. Maybe it's something other clubs would like to be.
Absolutely.
It's not restricted to Div 1, obviously, although we're in Div 1 now. We've got one coming up in Div 4, we've got one coming up in Div 6. I think we're doing Woody South, we're doing North Haven. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we look forward to improving, hopefully. And
even a Murray Bridge.
Yes,
we're going out that way. So a big thank you to Luke Hose as well, that's got this up and running. Done it out of his own back, his own funds. He hasn't got any funds from anywhere apart from himself. He's bought all the equipment himself, and he's pushed this, and we did our first call, which was a great day.
And it was fantastic for the sponsors of the Tea Tree Gully Club, who have names up. They got their
goal scoring.
Yeah, the end had the sponsors named after him. We had the Outdoor Living Centre Square, and we had the
scoreboard. Was named after a legend of the club. Yep, should have had his name here.
Yeah.
But, that's the one.
Let's get on to this week's results though, mate, because it was a big weekend. It was Ross Trevor really starting to make their mark. 17, 13, 1, 15. Only McCady's, as our good friend Trevor would say. Is that how you say it? McCady's? McKinney's. 13, 14, 92. 4, Ross Trevor was Parl and Kumain both with 3, while Fantasia, Medhurst and Honch kicked 2. Parl, Littler and Medhurst were the better players. Oh, Tommy Hurley was their 4th best. He watches the show every week. Hello, Tom. And for only...
Yeah, so well done to Harder. 8 out of the 13 goals.
In his first game back, the man in the lid, he wears the little pineapple on his head. He's looking like a giant Phil Narkle on steroids.
So he's still the target there for him, which is great. 8 goals out of 13, awesome effort. Harris with 2, then 3 individual goal scorers. Best players, how do you not take out Harder, of course, so with his 8 goals. Petch, Duval, Moss and Walk.
On to our next game, mate, and there's a few rumours flying around post this game. It was Port District's 16, 13, 109, Henley 12, 7, 79, and I guess the main mail out of this is Henley sitting 0 6.
Yes.
There was some on that silly, stupid site today. There was some rumours that the coach got the sack. That's not the case. So yeah, but anyone can write anything on that. Let's go through Port Districts. It was Perry with 3, Batty with 2, along with Clayton and Williams. A host of singles, so yeah, that'd be nearly 10 goal kickers there. Wheatra, Rosenhall and Williams were the better players of Port District for Henley.
Yeah, we've got Gortson with 2, Geddes with 2, Fairclough. I presume that's the Fairclough that went out to Eagles, and he's back now playing at Henley. He played C grade there for a number of years, and obviously now he's back playing A grade, which is good to see. Don't see a waste of talent. And Rudley with 2 and 4 individual goal scorers there. Best players for Henley: Sheppers, Galtson, Geddes, Fairclough, which is good to see him back in. Fairclough and Broadbent. So
yeah, it's interesting. I look at those names as well. There's still a lot of quality at Henley. So they will turn around. They had 4 players in the state team, and Geddes and Gordison and these types. They'll be fine. They'll get there. It's just a matter of getting that first win on the board. Bit of if we're going to do gossip and rumours, a bit of gossip and rumour coming out of Port District. I've got a juicy one for you. You want it?
Absolutely.
So probably their key player, their marquee player, you have to say, Thurgood. Won't be playing for the club within a few weeks. He's leaving South Australia and going to...
That's a shame. What, for work reasons, or...?
I don't know personally.
Yeah, he's going
that's why it's a rumour.
Work reasons, there you go.
It's a pretty solid rumour. When I say rumour, I don't just do the green, make it up. Like, I contacted Gil and McLaughlin. It's
big loss there.
From one of his mates. I tell you what, the team that's all the rage at the moment, they are very, very hard to stop. That is
fire.
Prince Alfred, 11, 14, 80. Goodwood Saints, 10, 7, 67. So again, we all tipped it in the end, and Prince Alfred, it was pretty much, well, I mean, it was level at half-time, it was level at three-quarter time. Goodwood Saints shot out the blocks though, 5 goals, 3 to nothing at quarter time. Prince Alfred must have thought, uh-oh, they're back.
Start doing something.
But in the last quarter, it was all Prince Alfred. Too good, getting up by 13 points. 11, 14, 80. Goodwood Saints, 10, 7, 67.
Yeah, then obviously, look, with Goodwood Saints, Fairley with 2, Curls with 2, Scara with 2, Hughes with 2, and then Gilding and Dempsey. And best players, Pinto, Frankie Pinto's lad, ex-Amateur League state player, Scara, Burgess, Hughes and Anderson for the best players for Goodwood Saints. Now, I'm not very sure the Facebook post for PAC. They had 15 of their players shave their head.
Yep. So I want to say we broke the story. We talked about, we gave our well wishes to JR Thomas a few weeks ago. It's out in the public eye now, so obviously his daughter has a very rare form of cancer, and the club has all got behind him, shaving their head. We're talking the president. I saw Alex Frosty Davidson shaved his head. He now looks like what was a romper stomper transvestite is what I'd probably call him. But look, all these guys shaving their head, absolutely sensational. And if you want to donate to little Edwina and her battle for cancer, you contact either Luke Hosey or myself through Facebook, and we will share the link with you. More than happy to. It's a fantastic cause, and it's on our Facebook page. I'm just being told by the producer, look, you couldn't get a better thing to do with your money than that. She sits in the change rooms, and it's funny. Footy in the old days, you got guys snorting and breathing fire and smashing doors. Nowadays, you see the PAC guys. They sit down. They're professionals. They sit down. Little Edwina's in there, and they run out and they do their business. I'll just quickly go over their better players and goal kickers, mate. Seabull's kicked 3, Ashby 2, a host of singles, and better players, Greats, Castry, Perryman, Seabulls, Jolly, McNamara. They are a unit to contend with PAC, and not surprisingly, they sit second. So, yeah.
Getting better every week.
Right, next one, Salisbury North and Adelaide Uni is the one I'm looking at, and we talked about that challenge of going to Salisbury North and playing your best footy, and Adelaide Uni weren't able to produce it. 28 scoring shots to 15, and it was Salisbury North quite comfortably, really. 18-10, 118, Adelaide Uni 11-470. It was only 3.5 goals of difference at three-quarter time, but Salisbury North had them at arm's length all day, didn't they?
They certainly did, after that, so smashed them out there. But goal scores for Salisbury North, Solly with 6, Weecher with 5, so good to see Weecher back in it, Hood 2, Callion with 2, and then individuals to 4 other players. Then best players is Morgate, is it? Morgante. Wiles, so the young...
Big defender, great spoil on the lad, Morgante.
Wiles...
Potacari, I know you're going to struggle with that one.
And Drainer, so thank you very much. There's a few tongue twisters here.
For Adelaide Uni, and correct me if I'm wrong, did they have 11 individual goal scorers?
Looks like there's no double score.
Yeah, you'd say you love the good spread, but you'd want someone to kick some goals.
At least 2 goals. So.
Aleski, Granger, Cotterill were the better players there. So, and the game that we called live, mate, so I'm sure everyone's heard plenty about it already. It was Tea Tree Gully, a very accurate Tea Tree Gully, 17 goals for 108. Payneham North Union 14-14, 98. Now we've probably never been in a better position to talk about a game.
What a game it was.
It was the efficiency. Tea Tree Gully at one point in the third quarter, 14 goals won. They were more efficient. They used the ball better, and they were too strong. Shooting out to 7 straight goals in the first quarter. They were able to keep Payneham at arm's length. Look, it was a 10-point margin in the end, but Payneham did kick the last 2 goals late. So
they actually kicked a lot. They kicked more than 2. I think they kicked 3 goals, and Teach Gray had it on them. Payneham North come home again. So Payneham North did come home that last quarter. We thought it was going to be a close game, but Teach Gray held them off a little bit. 5-10 minutes to go. Look,
we kicked 6-3 in the last quarter, and we certainly were coming hard, Payneham. But and I listened to our broadcast today again. It's on Facebook and all that. So I actually had to listen to it. And it was interesting to see. Look, Tea Tree Gully did get a couple of free kicks there in front of goal in the last quarter, but they were too good on the day, and certainly Payneham just didn't play well enough, and they weren't efficient enough. So all done to Tea Tree Gully. For Tea Tree Gully, Melville kicked 6. I thought he was outstanding. Didn't get the best players though. Stead kicked 3. Min kicked 2 with shower makers. A host of singles. Joshy Ham was the judge of their best, and probably rightly so. He was in and under all day like a little ferret, wasn't he? Like a bird dog.
A redhead player, of course. So tough, nuggy little player.
I think he's more strawberry blonde.
Yeah.
The boy they called Gravel Dick, Cameron Sandercock, was second best. Clint Dow was fantastic in ruck, neutralising Payneham. And Stent, the umpires love Stent. He got a few cheap ones, didn't he? Also the best players for Payneham, Darcy.
Yeah, so Payneham goal kickers, Davis with 5. He did very well at that end.
Go on.
No.
Athanasi Agorostis.
Agorostis with 2. Nick Jolly had a great day. He was playing both ruck and the forward line, so it wasn't if he just played full 4 a day. He kicked with 2 goals. Agorostis again with 2. Clark, Sanzo and Lau. And best players... Low, yep.
Be calling his name all day, mate.
Did too. So,
Chachi Low.
Best players, Davis, easy their best player on the day. Gianni, Bree McComb, Seymour and Bold. So it's certainly...
Nick the Fist Bold there. Starting to find some consistency. They had to jump into ruck with Dave Aston got injured. I think Dave's done a rib. According to his mum, he's dead, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be okay.
And Nick Jolly has the word on him. He did come off with a bit of an ankle. Went back on again, but has he done anything...
I don't know. I didn't speak to him today, so I'm sure it's obviously only Monday here in the Portland Hotel.
Correct. So beautiful
Portland Hotel. Yeah, but I wouldn't tell you anyway, probably. So very quickly, looking at the competition statistics, we're only 6 weeks in, but Melville, what a season he's having with 33. He's the only player above 20 goals. A host of players in double digits. Looking at the ladder now, Tea Tree Gully, that win has them on top with Prince Alfred, both on 5 wins and 1 loss. Ross Trevor have had the draw, so they're 4 win, 1 loss and a draw. Payneham dropped back to 4th and 4 and 2, but a game and a half clear, interestingly enough, of Port Districts, who sit 5th. Salisbury North, 4 and 2 on 4 points, but they've been punished for an indiscretion in the under-18s, and always dangerous Goodwood Saints on 2 and 4. The also runs at this stage look like Adelaide Uni, who were up to 6th last week on 2 and 4. Only McCady, so we're saying that right? Only McCady's on 1, and Henley yet to break their duck, but that breaking of said duck is coming soon.
Very interesting, those last 4 sides down. You would never see Goody Saints, Adelaide Uni, or only Jets maybe, but never Goody Saints and Henley being down that end. Usually been up at the top the last 5 or 10 years even. So.
Yes, yeah, well, it's good to see Goodwood down there, I've got to be honest with you. But anyway, speaking of Goodwood, it's Goodwood Saints against Salisbury North at Goodwood Oval. This one could be season defining.
Salisbury North win this, absolutely could be for Goody Saints.
We're already going to go over time, mate, because we've been talking way too much. We got too excited talking about the live call. I'm tipping, and it's an upset when you tip against Goodwood at Goodwood. I'm taking Salisbury North.
I'm taking Salisbury North as well. I think Goody Saints just aren't on a roll at the moment. Is just falling away a little bit. Just having probably a mid-year spell, but hope they could come back, but not this week.
Henley take on Prince Alfred. I told you, mate, Henley will break their duck. Just not this week. Prince Alfred, too good. Don't see too many reasons to tip against Prince Alfred unless they get some massive injuries and some form changes. They're a tight unit under Mousy Brackwell.
Even at Henley, I think it's going to be a massive win there at PAC this week.
Yep. Probably Henley's best bet to lock it down on a windy day and maybe try and get them on the counter, but PAC too good. And Mouse, of course, at Henley last year will know Henley well, the dimensions and all of their game plans. I can't see a way for Henley. Only Mercedes Jets taking on Port District. This one's at Kingswood Oval.
Look, Port Districts are they're in their 5th, and only Jets who they're struggling this year. Just the 1 win come up Div 1. I think they're going to struggle again this week against Port Districts. I think Port Districts by a few goals.
I think Port Districts will win as well. They need to win to stay in the 5. It's enough for them. At University Oval, it is Adelaide University taking on Tea Tree Gully. Tea Tree Gully, of course, were without Mitch Sandry and Adam Koshel last week. Great news, Adelaide Uni. They're back, and they will beat you.
Adelaide Uni are going to struggle. They even look at relegation if only Jets win a few games and only don't. I don't think Uni are going to win this week either. So it's going to be a bit of a struggle for them for the next half of the year as well.
Don't get me wrong, Uni beat Payneham and they're impressive, and they've been a lot better this year than I thought they would be, but Tea Tree Gully are very good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Payneham North Junior versus Ross Trevor. Payneham coming off that loss, yeah, it is. It's both with 4 wins. Payneham had 2 losses, Ross Trevor 1.5. It's 3rd versus 4th, it's at Payneham Oval. Your thoughts?
I think Payneham, after they were still very good last week, even though they lost to Tea Tree Gully, who were a very, very good side. So I think Payneham will keep up that intensity they did last week and just run over Ross Trevor in a good game. Yeah,
injuries will be interesting to see how injuries affect Payneham. They played Ross Trevor 3 times last year. They beat them, including knocking them out in the final. So they seem to have their measure. I hope that maintains, and I'll take Payneham in a very tight game. Thanks for joining us on the weekly roundup. We'll be back next week with more Division 1.
See you later.